Hello everyone! In today's video we're going to be taking you on a fun day trip around Tucuman and showing you some of the highlights this province has to offer. Situated in northern Argentina, Tucuman may be small, but it is packed with unique attractions. In this whirlwind tour we'll experience a myriad of landscapes ranging from lush jungles to arid deserts. We'll visit mysterious monolithic stone carvings, we'll sample some of the famous deli meats and cheeses this region is known for, we'll stand under the shade of an 800-year-old cactus, we'll devour some delicious empanadas, and we'll also visit some of the largest pre-Columbian ruins in all of South America. So let's go explore Tucuman, shall we?
Good morning guys. Greetings from Tucuman, Argentina.
Greetings from a random gas station somewhere in the countryside. Yeah. Today we're doing a bit of a day trip. We're going to be visiting Tafi del Valle and the ruins of Gilmes. It's a full day tour. We were picked up at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
we'll be
apparently
back at 8 p.m.
It's going to be 12 hours. So
12 hours on the road.
Oh, man, I'm really excited because both of these destinations look so scenic. We've seen some photos, and yeah, we're going to just be basically exploring the best that this smallest province in Argentina has to offer.
Exactly. So first, fueling up. We're here at the gas station, as you can see behind us. And yeah, we'll be on our way.
On our way.
We left the city behind and watched the landscape transform from city to farmland to subtropical jungle. This province is nicknamed the Garden of the Republic because it's a very productive agricultural area. Well guys, we have reached our first stop of the day. We've been driving about an hour and a half. It is now 9:30 in the morning. And just here to the side, we have El Indio, which is a statue that overlooks the valley. The landscape has really changed from this morning. Now we're like in the middle of the jungle and it's so green and lush.
Yeah, and dense.
Dense, yeah.
Impenetrable.
Exactly.
Like, that's the word.
Yeah, an enormous difference. We were driving through farmland.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we saw the sugarcane production and lemon production. And now we're out here.
Yeah, and right now we're at 850 meters and we're going to keep climbing. I think we're reaching almost 4,000 meters today.
4,000 meters will be 12,000 feet, roughly.
Quite high up.
So it's going to be high, and let's hope we don't get sick with altitude sickness. But yeah.
We'll be passed out in the seat. Where are we?
So far it has been a very nice trip. It's been like an hour and a half. And we have a driver that actually is a tourist guide. So he keeps feeding us information about everything that we go through. And very nice guy. He's very knowledgeable. And yeah.
Okay.
Bless you.
Go.
We did a little bit of shopping. This is a little souvenir for my mom who collects magnets. We got the little llamas and two people in traditional clothing, cholitas. Very cute. I think they told me it's made out of copper. So yeah, we thought it was a nice little gift. Picked it up. Now we're getting back in the car and continuing our excursion. We then kept driving towards the town of El Myriad to visit a rather mysterious group of carved stones that were found scattered across the valley and brought to this area. Okay, another scheduled stop. We've now come to a place called Los Menitas. And Menitas, actually, I believe it's the name of these tall stones.
Monolithic
monuments.
Sculptures.
Yeah, they're honestly a bit of a mystery because our guide was explaining that the civilization responsible for carving these just disappeared without a trace and they didn't have a written language, so very little is known about them. But we can see some kind of like repeating elements in these stones. So there's a lot to do with fertility. Some of them have faces, like human faces. There's llamas and just like geometric patterns.
Yeah, this civilization that was 3,000 years in the making, and one day for some reason that it is unknown, it just vanished.
And also I should mention, like, all the stones that you see standing here, they've been collected from around the valley and brought to this place so they can be better taken care of. So another thing I wanted to mention is that this attraction is free of charge. And as part of the entry to this place, there's a local guide who walks around with you for about 5 minutes and just shares a little bit of the history of what they know about this place and the culture responsible for these carvings. And then you're free to wander around on your own, snap some photos. So it's been a really cool stop. Oh, and they have toilets here too, so that's good. Then it was onward to the town of Tafi del Valle, which is a popular destination for anyone doing a road trip around Tucuman. We were starting to get a little peckish at this point, so we stopped to buy some artisanal deli meats and cheeses. And we also made an unexpected friend. I'm buying some salami and cheese. The cheese has chimichurri in it.
Oh, amazing. All right, so we've arrived in Tafi del Valle.
You got it?
Yeah.
Tafi del Valle.
What we did first is we went into a store that sold regional products. We grabbed some regional wine. You want to show that one off?
This one is called Siete Vacas, 7 cows. It's from the Chasqui Valley.
Yep.
2016 Tanat grape. So we're not going to drink it now. We're in the middle of a tour at high altitude. This is coming home.
We made a new best friend over here.
Made a friend. Hi, friend.
We're eating basically salami and cheese sandwiches. These look delicious. I haven't had one yet, but
so
you guys
this
have.
Is a cow's cheese with chimichurri, different spices, and we also bought a salami. Shall I make you a sandwich?
Yes, please.
Very good.
Yes, please.
Very good. We found a local bakery.
Homemade stuff.
And this guy likes it too, huh?
And this guy likes it a lot. Look at him.
The most. Isn't it delicious?
I don't know how he was able to smell the salami from half a block down, but here he is.
This is basically our snack. We're going to be having a lunch later.
Yeah, it's like what, 11:30 right now?
Yeah, maybe we can have a bit of a later lunch. This will tide us over until then. What do you say, buddy? We got a new best friend.
A golden retriever.
Yeah.
At this point in the trip, we reached Mirador del Infirniro, or the lookout to hell. A bit of a dramatic name, but we were at an altitude of 3,042 meters above sea level, so maybe whoever named this place wasn't feeling at their best. This is the highest traversable pass in the province, so we stopped to take photos, and my dad and Samuel also made friends with some alpacas and a pig. And then after a bit more driving, we reached the next attraction, the Grandfather Cactus. Well guys, next stop, we are now standing underneath the Grandfather Cactus over here. This is called cardón in Spanish, and this one we've been told is over 800 years old. Apparently this type of cactus only grows between 1 centimeter and 1.5 centimeters per year, and this one is over 8 meters tall, so quite impressive. It's a giant.
It's a monster, but it's a beauty of nature. Over here already the vegetation is very, very strange. There is nothing other than this cactus and some very low brush.
Yeah, like little shrubs. It's very dry.
No more animals are seen, just a burro over there.
Donkey.
But no cows or not horses. And the area here reminds me a lot to the southern states in the US, like New Mexico, Arizona, those places. So yeah, we continue because they're waiting for us.
We continue.
And let's go.
Let's go.
Let's keep going.
Just pulled into the town of Maicha del Vade. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And we're gonna have some lunch here. We stopped at a restaurant where we've already placed our order. We have some tamales, humitas, and 3 different types of empanadas. I ordered you some beef, chicken, and there's mozzarella with corn. So that's what we'll be eating here. And yeah, it looks like a nice quiet little town. Very colorful though, lots of flowers. And yeah, we're just gonna rest because we've been driving all morning long. Need a little break, gotta stretch your legs and fill the belly. Humitas, tamales, and empanadas were always on the menu over the course of our travels in northern Argentina, but we didn't tire of them. After this quick but delicious lunch, it was onwards to the ruins of Gilmes. The sacred city of Gilmes is located in the Calchaquí valleys and was the site of the largest pre-Hispanic settlements in the country. Dating back to 850 AD, this site occupied over 30 hectares and at its height, about 5,000 people lived here. Well guys, we have made it to our next destination. We are currently visiting the ruins of Gilmes. Admission was 100 pesos per person, and apparently this is the second largest archaeological site in South America after Machu Picchu. Gotta tell you, we've just arrived and it's pretty impressive. You can see some of the construction here behind me, all stone. So we're gonna be exploring this place on foot. Also, as you can see, I've peeled off several layers. It is hot out here, oh my. We are in the desert. Quite the change from this morning when we were all bundled up like it was winter or something. So yeah, let's go check this out. Now, time for a quick history lesson about the Gilmes, because everyone knows it's a beer. It's the name of a popular Argentine beer, but there's more to it.
Yeah, no, that's the name of these originary peoples from Argentina here. The thing is like this. These people, the Gilmes, they were escaping from the Inca domination. The Incas from Peru were advancing and attacking and defeating all other tribes, and they were incorporating to their societies, you know. So the Gilmes were escaping. Finally, they reached this destination and they settled here. Okay. Now, what I see and I analyze it from a point of view of strategy is a perfect place, because on the back you have a huge mountain there, so you cannot be attacked from the back. On the sides you have fortifications to protect from both flanks, right? So the only way the enemy could advance was really from the front. And the enemy in those days were the Spaniards, because the Gilmes dominated all the other groups that live in these areas, and they assimilated them. You know, they became part of the fight against the Spanish. It took the Spaniards 135, 140 years to be able to control this group of people, and the only way they were able to do it is because they put a siege to this fortress, and they cut the supply of water and food. Oh, the wind is blowing.
Whoa, it's picking up.
They cut them off from the supply of food and water, and that was the way that they could finally control them. Not by war, because for 140 years they couldn't do it, but at the end by hunger and thirst. And the Spaniards, what they did is they took the remaining population of about 2,800 and they marched them on foot all the way to Buenos Aires. Only 840, 850 arrived alive. The rest perished along the way. And they settled them in the locality that today it is known around Buenos Aires as Gilmes, where the famous beer is brewed. And the place is not called Gilmes because of the beer, it's called Gilmes because of these native people that were brought all the way up to there. Okay, that's the story. What happened to the ones that survived, or how did it story end with the ones that were left in Buenos Aires? I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out. I always like to know everything, so I need to find this out. Yeah, and this is the story. And if you have a chance and you go, you know, this is a very, very, very underrated place, okay? People go mostly to Salta and Jujuy, but Tucuman is very close. And if you do the circuit, come on, hop over to the province of Tucuman, and it's just a short ride if you rent a car or whatever, and you'll really enjoy it. You know, this place is really worth visiting, okay?
Time for a little update from the Sammy boy. Hello.
Hello. I haven't been on the video much today.
No, you've been droning and filming.
Yeah. Oh man, this was a droning delight out here. This is drone country central. I mean, not only did we basically had most of this attraction to ourselves for about the first half an hour.
Yeah.
Now there's some school groups and some tour buses that have arrived, so it's a little busier. Still not packed. But man, it's been just an incredible day. Like, I just can't get over how the landscapes have changed. We started off with fields, farm fields. Then we went through a very lush part of the mountains. It's
like
almost
jungle.
Basically like a jungle, yeah. And then suddenly we took a couple turns, and it was completely dry, arid. Landscapes changed. It felt like we were entering the Salta Jujuy world of things.
I just have a question for you. It's like over 30 degrees out. Why are you still wearing flannel?
I don't know.
Why?
I've been cold for so many days. I'm reluctant to shed my layers, I guess. Also, I didn't put on sunscreen, so this is kind of my sun protection.
Okay.
Está cobrando peaje.
Hay que mostrarle la entrada.
Sí.
That was the final stopover whirlwind tour of the province of Tucuman. We then started the long drive back to the city of San Miguel de Tucuman, which was 3 hours in total. By the time we got back into the city, it was nighttime and we were pretty hungry. We went to a local pizzeria called La Esquina for Sam's favorite food of all.
Looks like you guys are as hungry as you are tired.
I think more tired than hungry, to be honest. But here we are at Sam's request, who demanded pizza for dinner.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone scratching and clawing not to come here.
No one was protesting?
Yeah. It was a long day.
Yeah.
12 hours on the dot. We left at 8 o'clock a.m. and we got here at 8 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, but this place opens right at 8, so we got here right when it opened.
We had a nice trip today. We saw a lot of beautiful things.
Gracias. Right, guys, as we were getting the wine, the pizza came too. Cheers.
Cheers. Salud.
Salud.
We're having a pequeña vasija from Bodegas La Rural. It's a blend of red grapes.
Perfect for pizza. A nice greasy
it's a
pizza.
wine for pizza.
Yeah. Ooh, look at all that cheese. Oh, montón de queso. So we got two kinds.
Oh my.
What do we have?
Anchovies.
This one is called marinera with anchovies, and the other one is your classic Neapolitan style. Dig on in.
Dig on in, guys. Let us know how it is.
It's been a long day.
Fresh out of the oven.
Thin crust.
Huh?
Thin crust. Lots of cheese. And overall a great day. Really good tour. Very reasonably priced. We paid just over $30 US each per person. A fantastic day. Couldn't recommend Tucuman more highly. This is a very underrated place in Argentina, a very underrated province. So if you want to, you know, get off the gringo trail when you come and visit, come check out Tucuman. See ya.
Thanks again for joining us on this tour across Tucuman. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming episodes. See you soon!